All right, welcome back to the channel. Now let's just get straight into it, because in today's video we're actually going to be discussing South Africa and this ongoing issue that I'm now seeing popping up on my social media over and over again. There seems to be this misconception amongst them all with who their true enemy really is. Now, as a young man growing up in Kenya, we always heard about something called xenophobia. Essentially, xenophobia is just being racist to someone just because they're foreign. But it doesn't matter what color they are. We could look the same exact way. Like, I could be from Kenya and they're from South Africa. You, the person watching this video, won't even be able to tell who's from where, but yet this person hates me so much just because I'm from a different place. Now, they call it xenophobia, but I refuse to call it that. I just simply call it the way it is. It's Afrophobia, because you will never, ever, ever see a black South African laying a finger on a white South African. I bet my testicles right now that not even a single one will ever, ever, ever match this kind of energy I'm about to show you in this video. Now, this whole story begins during something known as the apartheid. This was essentially an institutionalized system of racial segregation where the power was given to the white minority in South Africa, the Dutch settlers. I think they're Dutch, wherever the fuck they came from. Now, it was on from 1948 to 1990, and it basically gave the non-whites less rights to land, less economic opportunities, and these were enforced through strict laws. Like, this wasn't no democracy going on, okay? Like, there was some crazy shit. Now, it was enforced through laws, like I said, and it created a heavily segregated society in the country at the time, until international pressure and intense internal resistance, as well as assistance from neighboring African countries, which I will get into. Now, the definition of apartheid, it basically means apartness. It's an Afrikaans word. I don't know, apartness. I mean, separation. That's the way I think about it. It was a policy aimed at maintaining white supremacy. Now, the legal framework of how this worked was that the government enacted laws prohibiting interracial marriage, separating white and non-whites from public facilities, and restricting where black South Africans could live and work in their own country, by the way. Now, they passed laws to black residents where they had to carry passes, like essentially documents to travel into these white-only zones in their own country, by the way. If somebody was caught breaking this, they were obviously arrested, and it was not pretty. Now, there was also geographical segregation, where the Areas Act of 1950 allocated 80% of the land to the white minority population of South Africa, in their own country, by the way. So there was also economic inequality, whereas the non-whites were basically fed an inferior version of the education, limiting them to nothing but just labor jobs and essentially the grunt work that nobody else wanted to do. And this created deep economic disparities amongst the different races. Let me show you a clip here that gives you a little bit of an insight to what kind of a country they were living in at the time.
They've come from Soweto on special trains for blacks only. They board special buses for blacks only. But 10 months ago, South Africa's Prime Minister, Johannes Vorster, asked for time to change the face of apartheid. He asked world opinion to be patient. And sure enough, changes have been made. Most obviously an easing of what's known as petty apartheid, the everyday restrictions that keep the races apart. In some of the city's parks, black and white may now share a bench. They may also visit certain libraries, hotels and theatres together, something they couldn't do a year ago. Between 4 and 7:30 a.m., more than 250,000 Africans arrive in Johannesburg. They arrive before the city's white rush hour begins.
They arrive before the city's white rush hour. Like this is like a classic case of it's almost like they went over to the United States and they were like, hey, can I copy your work? But they were told not to make it obvious. And then they came up with this. Holy. Like, at some point, I don't understand the mentality behind it. I wasn't around at the time. But let me show you another photo here. And this was in 1989. And one thing I noticed when I look at this photo, I don't like how they make it black and white. to make it seem like this was such a long time ago, right? Colored photos started being produced in 1861, okay? So they damn well had colored photos, but they put it black and white. I think to psychologically make you think that this was a long time ago. I don't understand the psychology behind making a person sit on their knees, right? Now, keep in mind, this is how they used to get treated, right? By the same people that they love and adore so much. It's like, I feel like countries, like a lot of countries that have gone through, that have histories like this, it's just the definition of I will fuck you until you love me. Because they only seem to remember the sanctions imposed by the United Kingdom and the United States. They don't seem to remember all the different African nations that supported them throughout this time. Neighboring and nearby countries known as frontline states, primarily Angola, Botswana, Lesotho, Mozambique, Tanzania, Zambia, and later Zimbabwe, formed a loose coalition committed to ending white minority rule in South Africa. They formed a loose coalition committed to ending the white minority rule in South Africa. They provided critical rear bases for the struggle despite facing South African military raids, economic sabotage, and destabilization efforts. Now, these key contributions included, but were not limited to, sanctuary and headquarters as exiled ANC and PAC leaders established political offices and headquarters in countries like Zambia, Tanzania. Zambia hosted major ANC facilities, while Tanzania sheltered thousands of exiles under President Julius Nyerere. They also offered military training and bases, whereas these states allowed the ANC's armed wings, and please forgive me for butchering this name, but Umkhonto Wesizwe, or MK, to set up training camps, conduct guerrilla warfare preparation, launch operations. Angola and Mozambique served as key forward bases after gaining independence from Portugal in 1975. Thousands of South African youth military received training in these places. There was also logistical and infiltration support, where countries acted as transit points and launching pads for fighters infiltrating South Africa. Now, throughout all this struggle, you know, there's one thing I love about Africans is Africans always come together when they need each other. Like as much as they might be this hate and disdain for one another, you know, at least at the end of the day, like when I'm walking around and I see another black dude, I'll nod back, he'll nod back, and we sit there, we just simply have a conversation. Easy as that. It's just easier for us to connect. But now, let me show you what current 2026 South Africa looks like. And let's begin with this visit that this family took to a museum.
This is our ticket. You know this is my ticket. You see what it says? Because you know I ticket. You see what it says? So I didn't know if we're going in together.
Oh boy, people won't be separated.
I mean, this is a powerful start because.
Okay.
See you later. I guess Jean's coming with me.
Yeah.
She's
white, I guess.
50-50, but.
Let's go.
Oh boy, this is sad already. That's a good exhibit, man. This is a very powerful start to the museum. I'm impressed with this. Hopefully I see you in there, but I'm impressed with this.
They used to live like this, by the way, everywhere they went.
Alright, so his one is done. There's this meal there. This wall is probably gonna stake that her, but I guess on the wall is all identity cards because part of apartheid is the government has to figure out what your color is to know where to push you. And evidently some people somehow are changing color. The whole thing is crazy. Okay, so we were not separated for very long to be fair. It's interesting. But very powerful, huh? We're white people on the left, not people on the right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we're learning that one of the reasons for apartheid, there are many reasons, but one of them was because the argument was if two races mix, the children will have neither identity. You lose the identity. Is it a lot when you get it? It's right here.
Right.
By the way, so happy. Try to put her in here, she's running around so happy. Pure innocence, no? No idea what you were reading. But let's keep going. This is a very good news. Alright, tell us so good. That entrance, most powerful entrance to museum I've ever been.
And well, that's just like a glimpse of what they had to what they had to go through. Now, after years of being treated like this, after years of being mistreated, like here, like, you know, Rosa Parks wasn't the only one, because here you see a man rides a bus in Durban meant for white passengers only in resistance to South Africans' apartheid policies in 1986. First of all, like, just analyzing the photo, let me get my face out of the way. Just analyzing the photo, first of all, look at how uncomfortable not only he is, but how uncomfortable everybody else in the bus. Look at how this lady is staring at him with such disdain. She looks like, I understand people back in the day never used to smile in photos. Smiling in photos wasn't a thing. But like she just looks uncomfortable. She looks like she's fed up. Only God knows what kind of a face this woman in the back is making, because look at his face. He doesn't look safe. He doesn't look comfortable. Like, he knows, like, fuck. This is like the face you make when you show up to your girl's parents' house, but your girl didn't tell them you were black. That's the best. That's the only thing I can fucking think of. But anyway, no. And like 1986, I don't like how like this comment here says 1986 already had photos with color. Like, I don't like how these photos like were made black and white to make it seem like it was such a long time ago. Like 1986, this someone's still probably alive right now, honestly. Like, to think about it, like 1986, that's like what? Probably 40 years ago. And like this woman, these two women look like they're about in their 20s, right? So these are people's grandparents, these are people's parents, people's grandparents that did all this, that did all this, that are still walking around. And like it does not end there. It doesn't end there, because there was still the violent part. Like, so there's still the violent part of the apartheid that they all seem to forget.
In one of Johannesburg's biggest banks, Joe Noche serves both black and white. The bank gave him this job 3 years ago, but the government were so concerned, they insisted he should be moved off this front counter. Now, Joe's back at the counter, but tucked discreetly away in isolation at the end of the line of tellers. Joe Noche lives in Soweto, 20 miles from where he works. Some areas of Soweto are better than this, many are worse. Joe lives in his mother's house. He lives here with his wife and 5 other people. There are 2 rooms and a kitchen. There's no electricity or running water. In one of Johannesburg's biggest banks...
Look at this comment here. They say all those things because they want you to hate each other. They didn't do shit for us other than kill us during apartheid. We faced the situation like in Palestine. A remote area farmer had electricity while you next to the city didn't. Today, they tell you to hate your fellow Africans, then you follow them. And that's this is why I keep saying that they've forgotten. Because this is how they treat their fellow African here in South Africa.
Since I've been here in South Africa, since I was 1 year, I've never experienced xenophobia. What we experience here is Afrophobia, because we've never seen black people attacking
Afrophobia.
So therefore, let us give it the real name, is Afrophobia, what is happening here. And not keep on hide and seek and say, no, this is xenophobia, this is not. No, it's Afrophobia. Black brothers are attacking other black brothers. But my point is that everyone who's coming here in the country or going out must be documented, because you cannot come and, in actual fact, I'm saying, if you are coming here and we find you roaming around and you don't have any illegal document to be here, you must be deported to your country. What are you here to do?
Okay.
Because I cannot actually go to Zimbabwe and start erecting shacks anywhere. Therefore, why are you coming here and then you start now roaming around? Because we must.
Now, this is how they argue, and that's a genuinely fair argument of, hey, you must come here, you must be documented. I can't come to your country undocumented and start a business, right? But That, like, you see, we how many times are we gonna see in the world where this party says one thing, but then they just do something else? We see it time and time again. We've seen it on different parts of the world. I've seen it happen in Africa. I've seen it happen in Europe. I've seen it happen in North America countless times. Okay, it's just it's a human, like, lying is a human thing, because look at this next video, and I keep seeing this woman's face around. You know, her name is, I think, Victoria Africa. She goes with the name Queen V, I think it is. I don't know what she does. What I don't know what her importance is, but she's the type of person, like, I won't lie, she reignites those feelings that the whole world had when that one girl told Ronaldo to go to the fucking airport. Like, oh my God, these people are something else. Look at this, like, the hate and disdain in their faces. There's this one that looks like
country to the other. Isasebenza is no longer working. We don't want this as African people anymore. We are tired of seeing African migrants moving all over the world, refusing to fix your own countries. Now we're making it very clear to you guys, Utitina, we don't want you here. We want you to fix your countries. Now you came here with a traveling document. You came with a passport. You know that you are a visitor, but when now you decided to come and integrate in our communities, you know very well that what you have done is wrong.
How many children do you have here?
We can come to Ghana and do what you're doing.
Your passport.
Eh? Yes, now you are carrying your baguette. It's 11 a.m.
Wait, before you say he has his papers.
No, there's no fight in Ghana. You must fight what they did.
Where's your papers?
Passport.
Passport.
Where's the passport?
Take it out. Baba.
Let me see your passport. Let me see. Luna, good. Yeah. Okay, tell me, who's the police officer that you are bribing to certify these things for you? Baba.
What?
I'm not.
Day.
These things. Let me tell you, ne? You know, by law, you're not supposed to certify as an immigrant. You're not allowed to certify your passport.
No.
Okay, why do you certify your passport in a foreign land? Let's just start there. Why do you certify your passport in a foreign land?
Is it was
for you guys that on Facebook,
it was really busy. Then when you go out with the passport, sometimes it gets spoiled. That's why I satisfy so that it was spoiled.
Baba, Ghana don't do that. Ghana don't do that.
All right, sharp. Let me show you.
African country that is.
Let me show you that when you are abusing our systems, ne? On the 10th of April, again, the 10th of April, you entered your country when? The very same day you came back when? Yeah, it's a proof. Yeah. Proof. Yeah, the proof. You went to Ghana on the 10th, and then you came back.
No.
Because here it says you exited Ghana to South Africa. When? Here it says you entered, here you exited. And it's the same date. It's the 10th of April, 10th of April.
This stamp you got there in Elop Street, on the street, that is where you got the stamp. Oh, they've got a connection here.
No.
I am telling you, that's where they buy it from.
People don't. We are fixing this continent.
Yeah, they're fixing this continent, but let me, like, the state of their country. First and foremost, before we get into how they bend over backwards for their masses, it's, and actually, we're the ones fixing this continent. Shut your mouth. You didn't even take. They still have towns, like where blacks aren't allowed in their own country. Let me show you Orania, I think it's called. Hold on. Orania, a town in South Africa. It's a white-only town in South Africa, otherwise known as Orania. And they're the ones fixing the continent. Orania is a small, controversial, whites-only town in South Africa's Northern Cape. Established in 1991 for Afrikaners aiming to preserve their cultural identity to promote self-determination. So they want to ban everybody else from their country when they have places in their country that even they're not allowed to go to. And they're the ones fixing the continent, right? Now, let me show you the next exhibit of why I decided this would be the video that, like, this would be the video that brings us back. Now, I'm going to say trigger warning because this next clip is very graphic, okay? It's very violent, and it's honestly difficult to watch. So trigger warning from this point forward. This is the people fixing the continent. These are the ones standing up for South Africans, right? Try set foot in Orania and see what happens to you. Like, come on. We've lost the plot completely. They will never ever do this to the white man. In fact, let me show you the South African sentiment towards the white man. I'm not trying to make this like a black versus white thing. White people are not to blame for this. White people gave them their rights, and this is how they decided to use them. Right? This is so crazy to me. The same people who helped you escape what you're trying to impose to them. Like, the oppressed have become the oppressor. Like, this is actually insane. Like, there needs to be, this country is genuinely a disgrace, because you also have clowns like this. This is national television, by the way.
These girls who are sleeping with foreigners, they must never think they're going to control us. This is our country. These girls who are...
So the South African girls just love the fucking Nigerians too much, bro. Like, the Kenyans came and took everybody. The Congolese came and took the aunties and left. Like, I bet they smile. I bet there's a part of them that smiles when they see the white man with their women, because there's no way this is real. Look at this. Look at this energy. A foreign national was nearly lynched after being identified. Like, no way. Genuinely so shocking that like, look at this shit.
Revolutionary greetings. My name is Joshua Zimmerman.
Look at all of them.
We are here in Ward 72 at Glendale. I'm here with my fellow fighters. We are doing
this is the definition of I will fuck you until you love me.
Those in the suburbs that the EFF is an all-inclusive party, regardless of race, class, or status. Slowly but surely, we are going to start winning more. Long live the Commander-in-Chief. Long live.
Look at them all. They're all so happy.
Long live. Viva EFF. Viva. Amandla.
Ay. What the hell is going on? This is crazy. Now, let's find something more on this Orania, because
the question, why can't a black person come here, is not the right question. It's more a question, doesn't mean it's not built on hate. It's built on love for our culture. We want to preserve our culture. We want to preserve our traditions, our faith, our language. These are the things that we want to preserve.
But someone might ask, if you want to preserve your culture, you're preserving your culture on a land that belongs to South Africans.
The land here, we bought, we paid for it. The question, why can't a black person come here?
we paid for it. This is actually crazy. I swear to God, I bet I could scroll far enough and find like one of those videos of like them dancing while they're fucking eating. I promise you I could find something like that. Oh my God, it didn't even fucking take long.
So,
Look how happy they all are. Oh my God.
so.
Like, I'm not sure any foreigners want to take that job. Like, that's actually fucking, like, shameful. Apartheid was the definition of I will fuck you until you love me, man. Like, that was crazy. Like, imagine a whole nation growing up just, like, growing up being taught to love their oppressor. Like, at some point, I wondered to myself, like, were they just not taught the things that were done for them, like, by the other African nation? Because it's one thing if they just don't know, but it's another thing if they just don't care, right? Because I remember when Speed fucking showed up over there. Oh my God. When fucking Speed showed up to South Africa, his stream, like, he was welcomed with love, no?
South Africa, let's go and turn.
Look at the way they're looking at him.
January 1st, first stream in South Africa, Cape Town. Let's get right. Yeah. Then they doing a party? What are we gonna do now? Gonna go ride our bike. Hey, this. Church, what do you say?
Speed got love, but Ghanaians don't get love. Speed gets love, but I guess Nigerians don't get love, man. It's crazy. It's just the proximity, the desperate need for proximity to whiteness is what disgusts me. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with having white friends, but it's like when you think of yourself as one of the good ones, that's the fucked up part. That's the disgusting part. That's where the issue comes in. Like, without you, because you can't just seem to because you've gotten this state of mind that you seem to think that they look at you differently. Like, even the fact that you think that they look at you as one of the good ones is already a big enough of an issue. Like, the fact that you would disparage someone who looks just like you, like, do you think any of these white people knows which one of you is the South African and which one of you is the Nigerian? Do you think I'll pull some Canadian from the street and ask them which is the South African and which is the Angolan? You think they'll fucking know? Like, bro, you're a nigga! Fuck! That's how it works! We all are! Like, oh my God, it's actually disgusting. Like, fuck. Like, some people just, I don't know what to say. I just hope, I genuinely hope that other Africans just begin to return the sentiment back to South Africans for their behavior, because xenophobia has been around for a long time, man. Like, ever since I was a kid, I remember being like 12 in Kenya, and people used to talk about xenophobia all the time. But then, when you see it firsthand, like, even me, like my grandfather is South African. I didn't want to set foot in that shithole, because first of all, the place itself ain't even that good. Like, fuck. Look, like, you're trying to blame immigrants. What are the crime stats in Cape Town? Bro, it's always been a fucking war zone. Like, holy shit. The most dangerous cities in Africa. So there's Nairobi. Hold up. So most dangerous cities in Africa: Nairobi, Angola, South Africa, Cape Town, South Africa, Nigeria, Durban, South Africa, Johannesburg, South Africa, Libya, Pittsburgh, South Africa. Fuck! What the? Fuck off, nigga. Yeah. I told you, man. That place was always been a shithole. Like, holy man. Holy. Rustenburg City is the northmost province of South Africa. It's a very high crime level. It's rated at 85.71 out of the possible crime rate score of 100 according to 2015 Numbo report. Household burglary, kidnapping, hijacking, political violence. God damn. And then according to Street Dialogue, street crimes, muggings. Damn. Bro, like, niggas, these are the ones fixing the nation. And like, we all know that one clip. I swear those dudes were South African. I swear. How the fuck do I search this without getting on a list? This was 10 years ago.
So some of us don't have girlfriends. Some of us end up having rape cases. You know, some of us end up.
So what? You rape girls?
Some of us, yeah, some of us.
Do you know how many times you've done that? How many times have you raped girls?
I did it maybe 2 or 3 times.
I did it once.
I did it 4 times.
They have like out of the 10, or out of the top 10 most dangerous cities, like they have like 6. 6 of them is these niggas.
I was with him. Yeah, he's a friend. You know, I'm with him all the time. You know.
How do you go about doing it? A bunch of you push her into a corner, or like?
No, so we do it much simpler. You know, one of us pretends as if he's a nice guy. He wants to get her number or something, and you grab her and say, "Hey, shut up."
Surely she shouts, no?
We tell him that.
We make sure that we does.
When you scream, we tell him that when you scream, we will kill you.
Yeah, and she sees you with a knife or something, anything that is a weapon, she will stay still. She will never scream. He grabs the legs, no, both of the legs. I grab the hands, and then he.
Alright, go watch this on your own time, bruv. But they're the ones fixing the nation. Like, oh my god. Like, just me seeing these videos of these dudes beating people up in the streets doesn't surprise me, because that's just always how they've been known. Like, it's always just been such a violent it's always just been such a corrupt, violent place. Like, that's the reason I'm not setting foot in that bitch. You couldn't pay me to go there. I'm sorry, grandpappy. Like, we're not meeting. I'm sorry. No. Like, anyway, it's been Bosco. I hope you enjoyed, man. Drop down what you think in the comments below. But Africans, we need to stand up for ourselves. This is not the way. This is not the way. We can't allow for this treatment to go on, and for them to just keep being welcomed with open arms. We've played these games before, okay? We've dealt with this before, and this time it's our own brothers and sisters, unfortunately, okay? So now let's just do ourselves a favor. Anyway, it's been your boy. Peace.